Hey guys, we got a great show for you today. Let's go over the topics real quick. Did Japan's Uber Eats Quest system become the cause of a death? And why did a mob attack a police station in Okinawa? Also, we have details of that crazy 11-hour standoff with police officers in Saitama. And we have stories about bomb shelters, lunar landers, the Japanese snack umaibo. Umaibo. I don't think I've ever actually had it. Or if I did, I was drunk. And then finally, the top reasons Japanese couples broke up at the start of this year. Let's roll that intro. I don't think I've ever had a umaibo before. What is the one with the Doraemon on it? Is that the umaibo?
So.
Oh, okay.
It looks like Doraemon, but it's not Doraemon.
It's not Doraemon?
No. It's similar, but not.
I'm pretty sure I've only seen those while drunk.
But it's everywhere from a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't really do snack food, so...
It's like, big Cheetos.
Big Cheetos? I can understand. Oh wait, I have to pull up my notes. We have something very special to talk about at the beginning of today's show. So here we go. Hi everybody, welcome back to Small Talk Japan. My name is Mitch, this is my co-host Natsuki.
Natsuki.
All right guys, we got to start off with a really positive message today. I'm going to read it. We're going to start today by saying thank you to our patrons. How exciting is this? So we've got Jenn, Myler, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Jenn, and SpiralInYourEyes. Thanks for your support, and thanks for letting us know that you guys support us and here on the show. Let me tell you, we have a little a chat that we have for the show where we communicate everything. Like when we got our first Patreon, Josh linked it in the chat, and we were just like, really? People like us? So remember, if you want to show your support to the show, come check out our Patreon information in the description below. Again, thank you so much to Jan Myler, Jenn, and SpiralInYourEyes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Patreon.
Patreon.
I didn't even think people, I was just like, do people like, because when Josh was like, let's set up a Patreon, I was like, do people actually like us? I was like, I don't know if they actually like us. And Josh was like, well, we just got to try and see.
Yeah.
So then we tried and see, and at least 3 people like us. So thank you very much.
3 people?
I just read their names.
I thought that's only one name.
It's a pretty long name, guys. As you guys know, Natsuki is our Japanese co-host. She rotates with Alex, but today's actually going to probably be her last show for a little while.
My due date is next week.
You're going to have a baby.
Yes, I'm going to have a baby.
Baby.
This time I'm going to choose mutsu bunben. How do you say that in English? Like, masui?
No, it's what do you call it?
No pain.
Yeah.
Giving birth.
I forgot the name of what that's called. Epidural. Is that what it's called? An epidural? Epidermal?
It's pretty common in other words.
It's very common, but I forgot what it's called in English. I think it's called epidermal.
Epidermal?
I don't know, Josh, you gotta look it up. I'm not a woman. Epidermal? So
the first time I got a baby, people told me that you have to experience what that pain is like.
Yeah,
do you understand what I mean?
So Nancy was telling everybody that her friends were like, you have to experience the pain of childbirth or you're not a real mom.
Right.
And then after you did that, you had a natural birth, and you told everybody, そんなことはしなくていい.
So you don't have to do the pain if you have a choice, Yeah. So I didn't want to pay again, so I pay money instead.
So what's it called, Josh?
I'm not sure what it's called, but the epidermal is the outermost layer of your skin.
Yeah, but I think it's called an epidermal anesthesia or something like that.
The anesthesia.
Yeah, it's called an epidural anesthesia. And an epidural injection. See, I was saying it. Maybe I was saying epidermal, but epidural. Whatever. It's called an epidural.
Epidural.
Yeah, so you're going to get that. That's cool. The shot. It doesn't, apparently, okay, I've never had a baby, but apparently it's not 100% pain-free. It's just mostly.
Yeah, mostly. And the cost is different when you had, when you had a baby normal day with the medicine. Yeah. I only have to pay like 3 million yen.
Yeah, so it's like $300.
Yeah, $300. But if it is on holiday, I have to pay 5 million yen.
$500.
And then if it's holiday and midnight, I have to plus more.
Is that because they have to call in the special doctor to do it?
Right, something like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I guess because I'm from a different country, but it's amazing how things really just the medical system here just stops on Sundays and holidays.
Oh.
They're just like, oh, you need it. Like they'll have all the hospitals throughout the city, and it's like Sunday, and they're all closed except for one. Like QQ,
Hi. Emergency.
but only one.
Not only one, but small.
Right? And it's just like, what? Do people not get sick on Sundays? It's weird. But when you had your first baby, what day of the week was it?
It was a midnight. It was a normal day midnight. No, it's actually early in the morning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah, I was okay.
Are you going to the same place?
Yes.
But we can't come visit you this time because of the situation.
No. No one can visit me.
It's not like I wanted to see you anyways. All right, let's get into I'm just kidding about that. Let's get into our stories today. So first we have a story about Uber Eats delivery under scrutiny after an accident involving their Quest system. So a 28-year-old office worker in Tokyo ran into and killed an elderly man while delivering food on his bicycle. The delivery guy was on a bicycle. In court, he explained how he was on a quest to deliver a certain amount of deliveries in a given time. Uber has several of these quests, such as delivering in the rain in their so-called Rain Quest, and they're designed to increase the productivity of their workers. So, did you hear about this, Natsuki? What do you think about?
Killed. That's the problem. Nah, that's so
Yeah, that would be the problem, Natsuki.
Why? If he was like a little injured.
You think the level of the injury is too big?
Yeah, because he killed the old guy, right?
Well, so I'm kind of wondering, because, all right, so I get around mostly by bicycle in Japan. I mean, every now and then I have to drive, I'll drive. But I generally get around on bicycle. And I have like a really fast road bike. So like, I probably am not going at a safe speed half the time. I don't know. What?
Do you have insurance or?
Am I supposed to have insurance?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm learning things.
Yeah,
Really?
I have seen some news that bike like roadless bike kill old people recently. So you should really have insurance.
So okay, I'm gonna look into that for sure. But what I'm curious about with this situation, how did you kill this guy? Like, did he knock him down and the guy hit his head or something? Like
Maybe. And then, Uber Eats guys always watching their smartphone, right? While they're riding bicycle.
Yeah.
So probably that's how he killed the old guy.
Recently, this is completely off topic. I ordered something from Uber Eats like 4 days ago, and like it went to the payment part and I didn't look at it, and it was set to line pay.
Okay.
And so like I hit order and it then opened up line for me to use line pay, but I don't use line pay, so I just closed the line and went back to Uber Eats. And without paying, it's like, thank you for your order. Your order's on its way. I'm like, uh-oh. And then like I just waited for like an hour and it finally just canceled by itself. And then I reordered it and it was okay. But it was like 2 hours to get my food.
Yeah, and then bicycle is dangerous these days.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I kind of want to know more details about this situation. Like where were they? How fast was the 28-year-old going? And then the other thing is like, okay, so are bicycles supposed to be on the sidewalk or on the road? It's both are okay. But I feel like when I ride my bicycle in the street with the cars, it's really dangerous because they don't see me.
Yeah, but those Uber Eats guys wanna go the place faster than others, right? That's why they kind of
like not following the rules.
Right.
When I was in Tokyo a couple months ago, I was at the Scramble and I was watching just this Uber guy on a bicycle when everything is red and there's nobody in the Scramble. He just went right across.
Right. It's often to see.
Yeah, but it's like the busiest intersection in the world. And this dude's like, fuck the law. And just went with it with the Uber bag.
It's not rare to see. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then also, it's not only for Uber Eats guys. Like some stupid old guys always, ignore the law and, riding bicycle in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it's dangerous, right?
Yeah, it is dangerous.
But now, these days, we got Uber Eats, Demaicon, we've got
Panda Express.
Pink Panda. Panda Express is Chinese food in America, but
なんだっけ? Panda something.
Pink Panda, right?
Pink Panda.
I think it's called Panda.
I think it's called Food Panda.
Food Panda.
Food Panda, by the way, is closing.
Oh, really?
It's going away. And that's why right now everything, their deliveries are like $6 for everything. It's so expensive now.
And Walt.
Walt is good. Walt and Uber are like the two good
Well,
ones.
I didn't know the Food Express. I mean, Panda Express. No,
Yep,
no, no.
just keep
Food
going.
Panda. Food Panda is closing. I didn't know that. Oh.
Anyway, I don't think it's the quest system that got this guy in trouble. I think having a gamified work environment is not necessarily a bad thing. But the quests shouldn't motivate them to do dangerous things.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so like there needs to be some sort of like, only a certain amount of deliveries in a certain time. But then again, I was thinking about this, like Kuroneko and Sagawa, their employees run to the deliveries. Like they are told to run. So they look like they're, rushing.
From the truck to door, right?
Right, but they're still running. And then sometimes when they have the cart, they're like running behind the cart and stuff like that. So like, is Uber really that special in this? I mean,
I don't know. They're very serious about their work. I mean, do you understand what I
so
mean?
maybe this 28-year-old is also serious about his work. He just needed to be a little bit more careful.
Or he just wanted to, money. So the Uber Eats company should think about the rule.
That's true. That's a good point that the Uber Eats guys get paid per delivery, and like Kuroneko and Sagawa are like salaried.
Right,
so.
right.
It's a good point, Natsuki. All right, let's go on to the next story. It's called Mob Hurls Rocks at Police Station in Okinawa. So this one's kind of a little bit, we've got a graphic that we're going to show that came from Twitter. Don't show it yet. I'll be honest with you, it's a little graphic, so I'll warn you guys before we put it up on the screen. So officers respond to a call about a reckless motorcycle driving in Okinawa City. One officer ordered a motorcyclist to stop, but there was a collision and the motorist fled, according to police. Later, a 17-year-old high school student who was riding the motorbike called the fire department to report that he was injured in the incident that he had allegedly caused. The student was reported to be seriously injured with his right eyeball ruptured. So this doesn't show exactly that, but it is him and his injury. So I'm going to warn you. We're going to put it up on the screen, and I'll tell you when it's off. So if you guys don't want to see this, you don't have to see it, but this is on Twitter. So you got this picture of this student who's like, 17-year-old. Apparently what happened was when he was moving, depending on what you hear on Twitter, this guy was driving his moped, and then the police officer ordered him to stop, and apparently the police officer hit him with the baton in his eye, according to some witnesses. And so then the 17-year-old fled, went home, and then this picture was widely shared on Twitter, and people were outraged that the police officer would do this in this situation.
I can't see the picture.
It's okay. You can maximize it if you want to, but so his eye is very, very injured. Okay, we'll take that down now. So photos of his injury quickly spread on social media, and which then caused protesters to form in front of the police station. The protesters got a little carried away, started throwing rocks and garbage and stuff like that at the police station and protest. Natsuki, first of all, what do you think about the injury to the 17-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, is this really true? That's what I thought, because the article said his eyeball is ruptured, right? But we don't know. I mean, we just have kind of a far away picture. We can't see the details, but yeah.
I mean, it's obviously injured.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I thought. I don't know. To be honest, I thought that boy, the 17-year-old boy, is, I thought, a little bit lying. I don't know why.
Because he's young?
Yeah, because he's young and...
Ageism.
I don't know. But so I want to know the truth. But, reporting on their, like, Twitter has power now, because I didn't hear that it's like 300 people are throwing stone and garbage to
Lots. It was aired on NHK, but after it went out on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right? Twitter.
Yeah, and then you saw the aftermath of the police station, and there's just rocks and just garbage all over it. But the powerful thing about this, okay, truth be told, guys, in general, Japanese police are very responsible. They're very professional. They if you compare them to other countries, like, oh God, American police are garbage terrible. But they're on the whole very, very professional, very good guys. And this kind of thing is not very common. And so when I think that's why they had such a big protest, is when you see this kind of like injury to this kid, the injury doesn't match the supposed crime, which is just loudly like, he's not bozozoku, but maybe something like that, like joyriding his moped or something like that. And so like that's why there's such outrage. And I think because the community has these what do you call it? They hold the police officers to account, right? That I think they have that balance where the police officers aren't, abusing their power and things like that. So yeah. Have you ever had trouble with police officers before?
No, I'm like weak. person. Do you understand what I mean? If they told me to stop, I stop immediately.
You're like, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Well, most people do that. But I actually kind of want to talk to the kid and see what was going through. And then also the police officer, like what was the police officer thinking? Did the police officer feel like, he was in danger or something like that? What was the story? But anyway, that's a rare sighting you see in Japan. And another rare story, the next one to follow this, is Saitama Gunman. First of all, gunman in Japan is not something you ever hear, but this is a situation. Saitama Gunman kills a doctor over his mother's death. A man killed a doctor and injured 2 other healthcare workers in Saitama because he was upset over his mother's death. The 3 worked in a clinic that provides medical care to patients who cannot visit doctors for treatment. The man's last name is Watanabe. Watanabe's mother was one of their patients. He says, supposedly the police quote him as saying, I am angry with them over their care of his mother. The 3 had visited Watanabe's home to pay respects when Watanabe attacked them, shooting the doctor with a shotgun, which is very uncommon because there's almost no guns in this country, and kicking off a 11-hour standoff with the police. So first, let's hit the obvious question that I think a lot of our viewers and listeners are going to ask, like, aren't guns illegal in Japan? No, they're actually not. It's just really, really difficult to get one. And the only way that you can get one is for hunting.
Yeah, it's the gun for hunting.
Right. So you don't see like the stuff you see in like America or Russia. We don't have that kind of stuff. But you can get a gun for hunting, and it's really, really difficult. And the police are very strict about it. And you need to, the police will randomly come and check your gun and everything. And it's really, really hard to have a gun in this country. But anyway, this man, I think he's in his 60s. I don't remember. 66. And, he just... and apparently the doctor was one of the, most like kindest people. Like I was reading some of the comments on him. It was like apparently just a really awesome person and was just shot dead, in this heinous crime.
This victim had a trouble before this accident. Do you understand what I mean? He
had a history.
He had a history before. Yeah, it's of course about his mother, but he had a problem with other hospitals.
Really?
Yeah. I researched the word. Resentment toward her. Is it okay?
Can I see?
Sakaurami? The reason why he...
resentment.
Resentment.
Oh, I see. Resentment.
Resentment.
Yeah, he was obviously hurt over the passing of his mother, and, maybe he had some legitimate problems with the system. I don't know. But nothing to work when he did.
Right.
And
so sad.
It's crazy. I mean, like, you don't ever see in the Japanese news, like 11-hour standoff with police officers. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Especially with a gun.
Yeah. I worry about the doctors who are, taking care of the なんだっけ、家にいる人たちを take care of.
Like people at home, like home care.
Yeah, home care doctors. I hope isn't it scary because the doctors are nice to the...
The weird thing is I don't think until this happened, I don't think anybody thought it was scary.
Yeah.
Right?
But it sometimes happens, that the article says.
Yeah.
No, not killing, but
some problem, some trouble. I mean, there's this stuff like this just doesn't happen in other countries where it is a little bit more dangerous. Like, for example, this doesn't happen in the United States for the most part. And then you guys also have like the teacher from normal school, elementary school, junior high school will come to the home and inspect the home one time a year. We do not do that in other countries because it's kind of scary.
But it's because of this situation, in a bio situation, they stopped doing that.
Just for now, right?
Yeah, just for now.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary now.
Seriously, my heart goes out to the doctor that was lost his life over this, and also the 2 others that were injured. 2 other care workers were injured with this situation. But crazy. We just don't see that here. Just very rare. Let's go. A little bit lighter news. Man donates $900,000 to Japanese city in return for subterranean shelter. So a company president, so a shacho, applied to give 100 million yen, which is about $900,000, to a city in eastern Japan in what is believed to be the largest donation by an individual under the hometown tax system. Under the hometown tax system, people can donate to a local government of their choice and receive local goods and tax breaks in return. In this case, the donor got an underground shelter capable of filtering out radioactive particles in the air and has a bio toilet.
Wow. What's the company is he, running?
Oh, I looked it up, but I forgot.
Yeah, so, he's rich.
Yeah, I mean, he's got money to burn, right? So, Natsuki, first of all, can you tell us about this hometown tax system?
I actually did this year for the first time.
Okay, can you tell us what's the concept here? Like, why is this here?
Okay, so you can choose the cities that you donate, and then you pay money for the city, and then the city will give you a present instead. And so this year I paid 3 million. I mean $300.
$300.
Yeah, $100 to 3 cities, and then they gave me grapes, beef, and seafood.
And then so the concept here, right? Think about if you're Japan, right? You have all these little towns out in the countryside, and you spend money to educate the children, right? You spend money on elementary school and junior high schools. And then all these children, they grow up and then they leave your town and go work in the big city.
Right.
And they pay taxes in the big city. So even though you had to pay for their education and to raise all these people, they pay taxes in a big city.
Right.
Right. So the idea behind the system is, how do we get these people who go on to great careers in the big cities, how do we get them to contribute back to their hometowns? So they created this, it's a nationwide system where no matter where you work in Japan, you can kind of pay taxes in wherever you want to.
Yeah, what we call is furusato noze.
So furusato is like your hometown. Noze is like taxes, like paying taxes. And so the idea is that you pay this to your hometown, like as gratitude for, raising you and things like that. But what actually happens is the popular areas that have really, really good produce, like beef or grapes or something, anything, they get all these donations, and then those little towns give you these presents, but it's just really buying stuff from them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like a competition that cities give them back good present. So like people like me, I live in the countryside. I'm supposed to, pay tax in my own city, but I choose another city because I want to
Beef and grapes.
Yeah.
And this is how this works. And they'll send you a magazine too in the mail. They'll be like, from whatever prefecture, here's all of our wonderful town goods and all the beef and pork and, all of these things that they have that are just like delicious.
One of my friends got diapers, baby diapers.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a necessary good.
Yeah, and toilet paper too.
And so
you can choose many stuffs from the catalog.
Now, I've never done this before, but when you pay that money to a different city, then you can reduce your local taxes by this amount, right? Right, so that's how that works. You're basically buying stuff with tax money.
Exactly.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but anyway.
But this guy is great because ichioku yen. How do you say that in English?
It's ichioku yen is $1 million, but this is because the exchange rate is closer to $900,000.
Okay.
But anyway, he basically paid $1 million for. So because you're not actually buying the goods, you're just donating tax money to them. And then they're thanking you with some good. There's no actual like set rules on what you can and cannot buy because you're not actually buying anything. So this dude was like, hey, little town, here's $1 million. And they're like, hey, rich dude, here's a bomb shelter.
What a great idea.
But I looked at the bomb shelter. There's like an illustration of it online. It's not that big. It's like a little bit bigger than like a standard bathroom.
So it doesn't cost maybe 1 million yen.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's
he still want to donate some money for the city, maybe.
Yeah, but why does he want a bomb shelter? You know what it probably is? He probably saw the movie Don't Look Up on Netflix. If you haven't seen that movie, it's got Leo in it, Leonardo DiCaprio. It's freaking good.
Maybe he wanted to protect himself from tsunami or...
Don't think you need a bomb shelter for that. You need a tall something structure.
Oh, okay.
Not a bomb shelter.
Okay. I
mean, it might work.
Yeah, it's not only like bomb, tsunami or earthquake or things like that.
Did you see those? They were popular like after the 2011 earthquake. It's like a bed, but it's like on top of like a steel box. And then like while you're in bed, if there's like a really strong earthquake, it drops the bed into a box that shuts.
I've never seen such a thing.
It protects you. Have you seen this, Josh? It's crazy. But
curious.
But I was okay. So I'm thinking like looking at how it works, and I'm such a pervert that I was thinking about this. Okay, I'm like,
Can you
okay.
breathe?
No. You can
Inside
breathe.
the box.
You can breathe. That's not the problem. Problem is like, let's say that you and the missus are having, some you guys time. Let's call it mommy and daddy wrestling time.
Okay.
Let's say that like you're off the bed, she's on the bed, and all of a sudden she's like, this thing.
Wow. Let me see.
Look.
Wow. First time to see.
It's just.
This is funny.
Maybe you can describe it because I'm not showing this because this is a YouTube video.
Okay, so basically like I said, it's a steel box, and that's a Freddy Krueger scene, but it's a steel box that basically like opens up and like dumps you under it and then puts a roof over it. So in case of a devastating earthquake, like you'll live. Supposedly. But I don't think that anybody really bought these. I don't know. They just seem really unnecessarily dangerous.
It looks like otoshiana. How do you say that in English? Otoshiana. It's like a
Trap door.
Trap door.
There's also another thing that kind of came up and then went away was like this sphere thing that like you put in your garage or outside your house or something like that, and if there's a tsunami coming, you and your family get into this ball and you shut the door and just wait. Like,
I hope you know.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. It's
wow.
Just literally.
Is this really working?
I mean, they say it does. I don't know. Like rich people were buying them. So anyway, you just like jump in and close the door, and it's just like, all right, guys, let's chill and wait.
It's like a cartoon world.
Well, instead of just I don't know. I don't know. What else are you gonna do?
Something I saw something like that I saw in the Dragon Ball. Do you understand what I mean? They, put it in the space. Put it inside the ball and go to the space.
Yeah, that's called a spaceship, sweetie. That's tsunami ball. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, well, okay, sure.
Thank you, Josh, for understanding.
The Dragon Ball Z one is a little bit cooler than the real life one, but anyway. As we're talking about space, next story. Japanese lunar exploration firm plans moon launch in 2022, so that's this year. iSpace, which, come on, guys, really? Was that the name you came up with? iSpace? Is a Japanese space startup that has raised hundreds of millions in venture capital, about 200 million at this point, and is set to launch a moon lander atop a SpaceX rocket and will deliver probes from a handful of organizations to the moon. If successful, it'll be the world's first moon landing by a private company and the first outside of the United States.
First nanda.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
It's cool.
So go you guys. Actually, I think this was the same company that was hired by NASA to reverse engineer their moon lander. Because NASA made a moon lander back in the 50s. When did we land on the moon? 50s? 60s? I don't remember.
I missed reading the article. Is this
when did we land on the moon?
Is this about the Maezawa thing? Zozo Foundation guy?
1969. What?
No.
What?
Is this about the Maezawa? No, Maezawa?
No. This is different. But he also went to space and everything, right? But no, not related. But NASA hired these guys. I think it's these guys too. They said, well, we had all this technology from when we went to the moon. What was that now? 53 years ago. And they're like, or whatever. And they're like, can you go back and, because they still have like the lunar lander, not with the models and everything for it. And they're like, can you guys figure out how this stuff works? Because we don't know how it worked anymore. Because it was like so long ago. They forgot how the technology worked.
Okay.
So these guys, I think it's these guys, were like trying to figure out how to make their own lunar lander using old technology and stuff. Kind of interesting. I mean, because we haven't been to the moon in 50 years.
Wow.
We went there and we're like, woo, we drove around with their little car and then we just never went back.
Why is not happening for such a long time?
Well, probably because before they went there and it was just like, and what do we do? Like there was nothing to do on the moon.
Okay.
Because technology at that point were just...
people can go to the moon but can't do anything on the moon.
Yeah, well, what were they going to do there? It's like,
hopping.
They did it. They hopped. They drove their little moon car around. I mean,
that's it.
I don't really think they could do it. But now, with SpaceX making it really, really cheap to launch things into space, like we could, and one of Elon Musk's goals is to create a moon base.
Oh, yeah.
And also, there might be water on the moon that we've learned recently. Maybe. There definitely probably is water on Mars. So if there's water there, then that means that we can actually form a base there, because if you don't know anything about rockets, it's all about weight. how much weight you have to blast off. So the more weight that you add to your rocket, the more rocket fuel you need. And eventually there's a point where those two things just cancel each other out and you just can't add more weight to the rocket anymore.
Huh.
And if you have to blast a bunch of water into space, that's a lot of weight. So if we don't have to do that, that would be really cool.
I mean, going to the space and going to the moon is like way farther than like other, planet, right? Do you understand what I mean?
No, it's the other way around. The planets are way farther than the moon. Moon is really close, right?
Okay.
Moon is like
that's why we can see from here.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, so the moon is really close, and then Mars is really, really far. And Mars takes like a year or something to get there. So if you find this at scale map of it or something like that, you can show Natsuki. But yeah, the moon is a lot easier than Mars. And it's most of when we shoot rockets these days, it's almost always to low Earth orbit, LEO. Can you, Natsuki, go on to the next story and tell us about this umaibo?
Umaibo.
So they tweeted something.
Yeah, umaibo is one of most famous Japanese snack.
Giant Cheeto.
Giant Cheeto. That's what we call. I mean, that's what I call. Corn puff snack. Is my English okay?
Is it corn puff? I guess it is corn puff snack.
It is.
It's basically a Cheeto, guys. Think about a Cheeto, but like a little bit softer and way bigger. It's like the size of a popsicle.
And then it has a lot of flavors, like more than like 30 flavors.
Yeah.
Like Kit Kat. Do you understand what I mean?
And the thing is because they're like a big poof, like when you eat them, they just like disappear in your mouth.
My favorite flavor is corn potage.
Okay.
Okay. Corn potage is that English?
Well, corn is English, but potage is probably French.
Okay. Soup taste.
Corn soup
taste.
Okay.
But anyway, it always stays same yen. I mean, same
price.
10 yen. And then
which is 10 yen is like what, 7 cents or something?
Yeah, 7 cents or something. And then they finally decided to raise their price.
And how much did they raise their price by?
2 yen.
2 yen.
So 12 yen.
So
10 yen to 12 yen.
They wrote a very heartfelt message on Twitter.
Yeah.
And apologized to everybody.
Let me read it.
Can you read it to us?
Okay.
Potage is an English word, by the way.
Is it?
Is it?
You mean it's also English, but its base is French?
Yes, but it is also an English word.
Okay.
Also, people understand what a corn potage is.
Well, I don't, because I don't do food.
Okay. Thank you for your support of umaibo. As reported in the media, the price of umaibo will be increased from 10 yen to 12 yen on April 1st, 2022, due to the rising cost of raw materials and transportation. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for your support and the cooperation of everyone involved in the production and distribution of umaibo. Okay.
So
we also apologize for the confusion of information prior to our announcement. We will continue to do our best to provide you with products that will please you.
This is so Japanese.
Yeah, this one price 12 yen, by the way. Yeah.
So that's like, I don't know. How do you feel about that, Natsuki? As a person who enjoys this snack,
it's okay. You can get up the price.
You can raise the price.
Yeah, you can raise the price. Japanese school trips. I mean, elementary school students, when they go to school trip, they have budget of snacks. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like most of the time, it was like 300 yen
per person.
So you can. Or either choose. You can buy like expensive snacks or cheap snacks, but a lot of amount. I always buy 10 of them. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I can buy like many snacks.
Oh, because they're so
flavors.
cheap.
Yeah. So it's one of my memories.
Oh, and now you can only buy like 7.
8.
So I don't know. It's like recently, with inflation and everything, things are getting more expensive. It just happens, But one Twitter user who responded to this tweet said, hey, like, we've always appreciated you guys. Thank you so much for being, making delicious snack food for us. It's okay to raise the price. Just don't make them smaller. Right.
So recently, many things get smaller.
Shrinkflation. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
We did.
Well, anyway, so that's the what is it called?
Umaibo.
Umaibo. I learned the name for the first time. I've seen it before. I just haven't seen the name
The
for it.
character looks like Doraemon, but it's not.
It's not Doraemon.
No,
I swear
it's
to God,
not.
I thought it was Doraemon.
No.
Again, I think I've only seen these while drunk.
Yeah, Zone.
It's not Doraemon.
No.
Oh, you could have fooled me. It's exactly like Doraemon.
I doubt your eyes. Do you understand? I mean, it's not really Doraemon.
That's pretty close to Doraemon.
No.
Wish.com Doraemon.
Yeah, it's wish.com Doraemon. All right,
Josh, have you eaten this before?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
I don't know what you're proving. I just said that I have it. I'm sorry. I don't do snacks.
You don't?
No.
I have seen you eating potato chips
When?
someday.
Like if
before.
I'm at a party and it's in front of me and I'm drunk, I'll eat it, but I never buy it.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
There's no snack food in my house whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even potato chips.
Actually, no, I'm going to lie. So from like 2.5 years ago, the stuff that my ex bought is still in my house because I haven't eaten it.
Oh,
No, I actually threw most of it away like 2 days ago because it was all expired.
yeah, you should throw them away.
Potatoes, chips
Yeah.
and shit. I was like, what is all this crap? And I threw it all away. I don't
Yeah.
eat that stuff.
Okay.
And I don't eat sweets.
Okay, yeah, I know. I will make you eat someday.
Make me eat it. But this particular snack, I think I've seen in bars and stuff. I think it was in Hambe as well. So I've seen it before. All right, let's move on to our last story and our most fun story of the day. A Japanese survey asks exactly why people broke up with their partners. Webstar Marketing Love MA, a website that specializes in surveys about romance and dating, released the results of their survey about the reasons why people in relationships split up. 495 men and women aged from their teens to their 50s were asked what reason they had for leaving their partner. This is all in Japan, and this is all in 2022. So
That's your category.
thank you. It is. Okay, so let's go from the top to the bottom here. We've got number 7, okay? Number 7 is we had different views about marriage. I don't know how to think about that. What does it mean? Like, so one person wants to get married, the other person doesn't? You're just like doing the cow thing again, aren't you?
I mean, how do they measure the value of their sense of marriage? Talking each other or
Yeah.
making lists?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
married.
Well, I heard that recently in Japan there are a lot of people who are opting into not getting married, like having kids but not getting married.
Oh, like a non-married, but
Together. Couple. So like maybe one person wants to get married and the other one's like, why do we have to get married? And that caused a problem.
Yeah, but still rare case.
Yeah, but getting married just is annoying. I mean, I didn't get married, but it was close and it was annoying.
Yeah, marriage like a lottery, I think.
Continue. Why
Yeah.
is it like a lottery?
Don't you think, you will never know until you actually spend time with them for a long time?
Well, that's what you're supposed to do prior to getting married, right? You do that before you're getting married.
Oh, I see. They fall in love and, they can't see anything.
I don't know.
Blind.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't recommend marriage, guys. I found someone else that I like. This is number 6. I found someone else that I like. That's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
What was it?
Why did you take off your glasses? What's going on here?
Because I wear 2 masks for just in case.
Because you're preggers, yeah.
Yeah, and then my glasses got fogged.
It's number 6 is I found someone else that I liked. That's kind of yeah, I guess I could see that. But
Yeah.
that's kind of hard to do right now during Corona. Like how do you find new people?
On not Twitter. What was the application that you recommended us
Tinder.
before? Tinder.
I didn't recommend it. I'm not going around recommending Tinder, sweetie. I just told you about it. I'm not associated with, nor am I sponsored by Twitter.
Okay, I translate your word into recommendation.
Don't recommend Tinder. Actually, I think in the future, we're going to do an episode. Maybe it'll just be like a live episode we do, but I want to actually show everybody what Tinder in Japan looks like. It's
Yeah, somebody
horrible.
commented us before on the YouTube, and like Japanese girls always post food picture on Tinder. Do you understand what I meant?
Japanese Tinder is literally like pictures of stuff that aren't people.
Okay, like animals, food.
Yeah, fake Chinese accounts with fake Chinese girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with like, hit me up at my line at this, line.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Or let's just call them a little bit older than I would like women. Is like those are your three, and we'll do it. We'll do like live, like a Twitter episode, a Tinder episode. We'll go through my phone and we'll see.
That sounds like fun.
That'll be great.
Can I hit the like button for you?
Yeah, we can vote. Everybody can vote. Swipe left, swipe right. All right, number 5. I felt trapped. That is so a Mitch response. I felt trapped. But if you felt trapped, then you weren't supposed to be with that person, right?
I felt trapped.
Like you couldn't get out of the situation.
What kind of situation is that? That guy is really rich and, but, he's ugly and
You watch too many dramas. Let's keep going with this. Okay, he's really rich and ugly.
But, some young, cute girl come and it's not happening thing. Do you
I don't know what
I
you're
mean?
talking about, but it sounds like at the beginning of a drama. No, probably the feeling trapped is probably like
They just want money?
probably you have like sometimes it's like the more aggressive person in the relationship and the more like kind of okay, I'll just do whatever you say type.
Okay.
And maybe this person wants to break up but doesn't know how, and it's like, oh, I can't, I'm trapped, and then they just run away.
And then also in the case, women or men just want money. So, my company is.
I'm telling you, man, this woman, I don't know who she knows. What are you talking about?
I need money, but I love you, so please give me money and
Oh, you're talking about like a gold digger. Yeah, there's gold diggers. Yeah, that happens.
Gold diggers.
Yeah, that's a let's just say now I think it's a gender neutral term, but the original like image is like a woman who gets with a man just for his money. It's called a gold digger.
Yeah, opposite things happen too.
But it happens.
Be careful.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. Things cooled off. I ended up hating them. Who are you asking these questions to? These are horrible people.
Yeah, how do they get the answers?
Natsuki, you actually once said something to me that I thought was really wise, and that's why I remembered it because it's very rare that happens. But one thing that you said was the opposite of love is not hate.
Right.
So if you hate someone, it's not that you've gotten over them.
Right.
You're still in love with that person.
Right.
Right.
That's what I said.
So, and it's very true. I think that so if you're like, I ended up hating them, you still actually have feelings for that person.
Mm-hmm.
The opposite of love is indifference. Like, I don't care.
So.
Right. So, see, I remember when people say things to me, as long as they make sense. Let's see. Number 3, it was a long distance relationship. I could understand that. 2 is flirting.
Floating ってなんだっけ?
It's not. I'm gonna say it wrong. You have to correct me. Ichae.
Icha.
That's the word.
イチャイチャする?
That's the word. Thank you.
イチャイチャするが number 2なの?
Is number 2. Like
So
maybe
they don't want to floating anymore?
maybe they're doing it with someone else.
I see. Like kind of like, cheating.
Depends on what you mean by cheating. Where's cheating for you? Is it holding hands? Is it a hug?
Having sex with other person?
That's your line. Flirting is not cheating.
So kissing is okay then?
No!
It's just a little okay.
Yeah, just a little is okay. If, my husband is really drunk and some girl...
And she's really cute.
If she started, that's not my husband's fault.
But what if he was just like...
Yeah, what if he doesn't stop it?
Bring it on.
What if he doesn't stop it?
I will smack him.
But I think that if it's a kiss, maybe like in most Japanese couples, it's like a slap and then it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Sex, I think, is like the one rule that if you break, it's like done.
Right.
It's like, yeah. Okay. So flirting should be okay. I don't know. Partner.
It depends on the situation.
The number one reason. What do you think the number one reason is?
Breakup. あれでしょ。Sense of value でしょ。
Yeah.
Different sense of value.
Difference in values. I feel like a lot of people say like 価値観が違う and like that's just their excuse. It's not true.
Is it?
No, because I don't really think there's a big difference in values in a lot of people in this country. I think everybody has very similar value system.
Yeah, but if you really love drinking beer, but the women really hate drinking beer.
But that's not kachikan. That's not values. That's like your hobbies are different.
Oh, is it? I thought it's kachikan.
Do you think drinking is a value?
Yeah, because you take it very, enjoyable thing for, drinking beer, but that your partner is not.
I wouldn't call that a value difference. I would just call that like our hobbies are different and what we enjoy are different.
Really, what we enjoy is different. Is kind of same as
I
sense
think
of value.
like kachikan being different is like values being different. Is like for example, like I think that we should give to charity, or I think that our children, when we raise them, we shouldn't push them to do any particular activity. We should let them choose.
I see.
I think those are more values.
Mm-hmm.
I like to enjoy a beer on Saturdays. Is not a value to me.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Josh, when you hear difference in values, what do you think?
That makes me think like maybe the husband really wants to focus on his work and he's working like 7 days a week and he's working over 12 hours a day, and it's because it's what he loves, but the wife or the girlfriend wants somebody who's home for dinner every night and every weekend.
So that could be true. Like you have like placing a value on work versus family, and that could also be a what do you call it? Like a timing thing as well. Because young people like to work hard at their jobs, and then when they get older, when their family.
Yeah, but that's tough. If something like that happen, I don't want to be with that guy anymore.
You don't want to be with the guy who works on his career.
No. I mean, different value.
I don't know. I think that most couples, it's best just to form your own values together.
Right. They have to talk and give them each other. Do you understand what I mean?
They have to like agree on everything.
Yeah,
I think there's different in value. I think it's just an excuse for other reasons that they didn't want to say.
Lack of communication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it.
Yeah, it's sometimes tired to talk to each other. Do you understand?
I think we're seeing the beginning of Natsuki's divorce.
No!
Let's talk about it.
No. I love him, and we're expecting another baby soon.
Yeah, just don't do what a lot of
We
women.
talk a lot.
Just don't do what a lot of women I know do, where they're like, okay, now that my babies are born, I don't need you anymore.
That's not our case.
Don't do that. That's sad.
No, you guys know my couple. I mean, me and my husband.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. I love you guys together.
Thank you.
I think that I got a lot of married couples around me. Most of them, when they say, Mitch, when are you going to get married? It's because they are so unhappy being married that they want everyone else to be unhappy too. But you and Same are like a very rare case where I think that you guys are actually really happy together.
Thank you.
Even though sometimes you get drunk and step on his face.
I was not drunk, but I stepped on his glasses last night. It was his fault. He just leave it on the floor, That's why.
All right, Natsuki. It was great having you on the show until you got pregnant again. Unfortunately, you got to go. Sorry.
But last time I got pregnant, I came back to the show I left.
She was like, I'm gonna have to take like a year off, and we're like, okay, we'll try to figure this out. It was like a day after you had your baby. You're like, can I come back?
I have to come back soon.
We'll whenever you feel prepared and ready to come back.
Right.
That's when we'll have you back. Until then, we'll try to figure it out. And there were a couple comments before about when Josh and you guys had a show together.
Okay.
It's like Josh is in front of the camera, so we might do a couple shows with Josh here.
Cool.
Filling in for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
He won't be able to Google things, but he'll do it on his phone then. At that
Why
point.
don't you bring his laptop here and then he do the same things together?
I could do that. We could do that.
Oh yeah.
We could do that. We don't even need Natsuki anymore.
Oh no! Don't say that. Don't say that. That's sad.
Anyway, Natsuki, I hope that the childbirth and everything goes perfectly with no problems. I hope it's not on a holiday or at midnight, so you don't have to pay a lot of money.
Right.
And I can't wait to see the baby photos.
I will send you.
I know you will. It's like the first person you send a picture to. And then because the babies always come out red, right? They're always like red for like a couple of days.
Yeah, that's why we call aka-chan.
Yeah, aka is red, right?
Aka-chan, baby in Japanese.
Anyway, guys, that's been our show today. Again, we want to thank our patrons. All three of you guys, you know who you are. Super big love for you guys.
Super big love.
Now that Natsuki actually knows there's three of you, that's also important.
I thought one person.
Yeah, if you guys want to support us, there's information in the description below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.